and we are
Kind of
back
harder
at.
to solve the puzzle.
So,
Okay.
Portal.
So we go on with Portal.
Yep.
So, what is better than being sensitively damaged by an AI? Just talking you down. It just keeps you talking you down. Even though you're doing what you have to do, even though you know it's forward and you do it and the AI asks you to do it, she's still just damaging not your character, but the actual player. And you're like, wait, no, what? Why are you doing this to me? But you're not actually you don't actually feel hurt, but you feel amused. And that is a very interesting way to use things that are funny in a game. And I appreciated that. So let's watch a quick video out of it.
Well done. Here come the test results. You are a horrible person. That's what it says. A horrible person. We weren't even testing for that. Don't let that horrible person thing discourage you. It's just a data point. If it makes you feel any better, science has now validated your birth mother's decision to abandon you on a doorstep. Congratulations. Not on the test. Most people emerge from suspension terribly undernourished. I want to congratulate you on beating the odds and somehow managing to pack on a few pounds.
Let's try to make that.
One moment. You're navigating these test chambers faster than I can build them, so feel free to slow down and do whatever it is you do when you're not destroying this facility. I'll give you credit. I guess you are listening to me. But for the record, you don't have to go that slowly. Waddle over to the elevator and we'll continue the testing. Oh, sorry. I'm still cleaning out the test chambers, so sometimes there's still trash in them, standing around, smelling and being useless. Try to avoid the garbage hurtling towards you. Remember before when I was talking about smelly garbage standing around being useless? That was a metaphor. I was actually talking about you. And I'm sorry. You didn't react at the time, so I was worried it sailed right over your head, which would have made this apology seem insane. That's why I had to call you garbage a second time just now.
She's so bad.
Did you know that people with guilty consciences are more easily startled by loud noises? I'm sorry, I don't know why that went off. Anyway, just an interesting science fact. Well, I'm back. The aerial faceplate in here is sending a distress signal. You broke it, didn't you? There, try it now.
You thought I was right, I was just lying there. You thought I was going.
This plate must not be calibrated to someone of your generousness. I'll add a few zeros to the maximum weight. You look great, by the way. Very healthy. Try it now.
Word, right? Couldn't believe it either.
You seem to have defeated its load-bearing capacity. Well done. I'll just lower the ceiling. Look at you, sailing through the air majestically, like an eagle, piloting a blimp. Excellent. You're a predator, and these tests are your prey. Speaking of which, I was researching sharks for an upcoming test. Do you know who else murders people who are only trying to help them? Did you guess sharks? Because that's wrong. The correct answer is nobody. Nobody but you is that pointlessly cruel. Good news. I figured out what to do with all the money I saved recycling your one room full of air. When you die, I'm going to laminate your skeleton and pose you in the lobby. That way future generations can learn from you how not to have your unfortunate bone structure. Well done. In fact, you did so well, I'm going to note this on your file, in the commendation section. Oh, there's lots of room here. Did well. Enough. This next test involves turrets. You remember them, right? They're the pale spherical things that are full of bullets. Oh wait, that's you in 5 seconds. Good luck. That jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid. That's not me talking. It's right here in your file. On other people it looks fine. But right here a scientist has noted that on you it looks stupid. Well, what does a neck-bearded old engineer know about fashion? He probably... Oh, wait, it's a she. Still, what does she know? Oh wait, it says she has a medical degree. In fashion. From France. Initiating surprise in 3, 2, 1. I made it all up. Surprise. Oh, come on. If it makes you feel any better, they abandoned you at birth. So I very seriously doubt they'd even want to see you. I feel awful about that surprise. Tell you what, let's give your parents a call right now.
To those parents who are trying to reach do not love you, please hang up.
Oh, that's sad. But impressive. Maybe they worked at the phone company. I think these test chambers look even better than they did before. It was easy, really. You just have to look at things objectively, see what you don't need anymore, and trim out the fat. I honestly, truly didn't think you'd fall for that. In fact, I devised a much more elaborate trap further ahead for when you got through this easy one. If I'd known you let yourself get captured this easily, I would have just dangled a turkey leg on a rope from the ceiling.
So that is that. And so for Portal, there's 2 ways for humor to kick in. Either the AI and the story making you laugh, or your own lack of knowledge of basic physics that will get you into trouble. Or sometimes you might just do it for fun at some points, but it will be physics. There's some pretty cool physics in Portal. And well, there is not much more to it. They show it towards the character and towards the player, but at the end of the day, you'll laugh, and that's what's important. But how do they compare? Well, both games for me share a dark humor undertone in them. Although there is a lack of characters in Portal, and in Conker's Bad Fur Day there's a very large amount of characters, they both still manage to just say sometimes one-liners and you laugh enough about them. And although you cannot see the character in Portal, you still connect with the character to some extent. What else could we say that they compare in humor-wise? I don't think there is much more they have in common, but in humor. But these were the 2 that were in the assignment sheet for me to compare. Thank you. That's it.
All right, questions? Questions?
questions?
Like
Last
when you
questions?
when you talk about the humor, how do you see the humor action? Is the humor not through the language, not through the
Talking about physical humor.
Yeah, physical
right.
humor.
In which one? In both or?
In both, how do compare?
Well, in Conquer's Bad Fur Day, there is humor even in the way the character moves.
Yeah. I do that.
And in like one of the basic mechanics from Conquer's, that is that you fly with your tail.
Yeah.
You kind of feel like
Or the drunk, like where your character's drunk and it's hard to.
actually
maneuver.
that just happens like the first time
Oh, it's
you
only
hit
first
the
in the
controller.
beginning? Yeah.
No, it happens more, but the first time you move the controller is only the one that goes sideways. Then
Oh,
it
really?
just goes
Oh, that's
straight.
great.
It does it for you.
That's fun.
What else could be like action-wise in that one? Oh, the fact that when you go into the context-sensitive places, sometimes you get something that is completely out of context,
Yeah.
and you make it work, and it works.
Mm.
Like there's this one, there's the Goliath or a gargoyle in a bridge as the regular like you shall not pass.
Yeah.
guy. And you're like, oh, how am I gonna even, because it's huge, and you're like, how am I even gonna move it? And you go to a context sensitive, you press it and they give you a frying pan, and you're like, what? And you're like, I might as well try this. So you go up to it and you hit him, pah! And the gargoyle is like, really? Really? That's your way of solving it? And he kind of just steps back a bit, like just to be in a pose to diminish you, and he slides and he falls off into his death.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, that worked somehow.
So you're saying, I mean, in that one, humor actually affected gameplay.
Well,
Yeah.
Like it was like the joke.
Either way, like, it will influence the control, impact the control, impact the mechanic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was the humor. Or is that not what you're saying?
well, you do choose the frying pan.
Yeah.
So if you didn't, it wouldn't happen. So you would
Yeah.
have to. It is through gameplay, but it is also the only way to get it.
Yeah,
So
okay.
you would
Oh.
have to. eventually.
That's interesting. Because you could remove the humor from Portal and still have Portal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the humor in Portal doesn't affect your gameplay. That's interesting.
No,
I mean, it's
it might
a-
affect how long you take because
Yes,
you
oh,
find
it's an
something
amazing
cool
part
to
of the
do.
game.